Hey everyone, hope you're having an amazing day. It's Mark Wiens. I'm in Shiraz, which is one of the most beautiful cities in Iran. And this is one of the most ancient Persian cities as well. It's a city that has an immense amount of history. The people are so friendly and laid back, and the food is incredibly delicious. And so today we're gonna go on an ultimate tour of Shiraz. We're gonna eat a lot of local Shirazi food. We are gonna visit some of the most important sites and places in Shiraz. And so this is going to be a full tour, lots of food, lots of just unbelievable attractions and sights and people. And I'm going to share this entire guide, food experience, and tour of Shiraz with you in this video.
Yeah, look at this queue in the rain.
And what are we first eating today on this tour of Shiraz? And ash is like a, it's like
soup.
it's like a soup with noodles.
With this one is without noodles.
Oh, without noodles.
Think,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
I think it's with lamb shoulder and vegetables and chickpeas.
Awesome.
And onions. Look at that.
Yeah, 6:30 a.m. in the morning. The queue is going out the door. It's a little bit rainy. It's a little bit cold, so it's perfect for eating soup. Yeah, the queue goes all the way outside the door, all the way onto the sidewalk. Salam, salam, hello. And we're walking inside. Oh, I can, the aroma. So the ash is here at the front, and I guess it's just takeout people, but what's awesome, my first observation is that people bring their own pots. So that's great. People bring their own pots, they fill it up, they weigh it, and then bring it back home to eat. But that's an amazing way to serve, so that you don't waste plastic packaging or other packaging, but bring your own pot.
He's king of ash sabzi.
Salam. Salam.
Welcome to Iran.
Merci, mamnoon. So this is the lamb, that's actually lamb shoulder that's being boiled, simmered for 7 hours for tomorrow's ash sabzi. That smells incredible. You can see some onions floating around. But then over here in this gigantic, spinning, slowly churning vat is the prepared one for today, the ash sabzi. And then over on this side is the chickpeas that are soaking for, I believe, tomorrow's lamb.
I forgot rice and lentils.
Oh, so there's like rice, lentils, beans, chickpeas. Those are the starches that make it up.
And tarragon and scallion.
Tarragon and scallion for the herb flavor.
And lamb shoulder.
And we're going downstairs somehow. Oh, look at this elevator. That is an awesome elevator. Lift. Okay, so down in the basement is the pantry. This is the warehouse. This is where they store all of the grains. That many grains. All the beans, all of the lentils, chickpeas. This is the best way to get upstairs. Refill time, and that just smells so good. When you order it, he then sprinkles on some fried onions to garnish on the top. And then they have another couple of things as well. They have another couple of garnishes. I think some butter, some kind of a herb sauce, and some other garnishes as well. That might be. They also have another dish called halim that we're gonna try.
Farsi food.
Farsi food. Wow, almost 7 a.m. now, and look at the line now. Stretches from the shop entrance all the way down the sidewalk there, even on a rainy day. in the back, they've set us up a table on wheels. And you can just smell those fried onions on top. It's time for breakfast. Yes, so first taste it.
Yeah,
This is the, what type of bread?
Sangak bread. Sangak.
Sangak bread. Yeah. Famous bread which is cooked on the little hot stones. You can see the little indentation from those stones. So first bite of the ash. Oh man, we added in a little bit of pepper, mixed in those onions as well. The lamb flavor.
Yeah.
The tarragon, green onions, and that sticky texture consistency. Even from the way they like stir it, and from the way it pours, and from like the sloshing around of it, the slopping around of it, you know that texture is going to be amazing. Oh, it's so good. Next bite is with the sour orange sprinkled in there, so we got that sour touch. Yeah, with that sour orange, that brings out the acidity, the sourness of it to combine with that richness of the, kind of like a stew. Like a stew, right? That sticky consistency is just unbelievable. And the meat is so soft and tender that it just has dissolved within it. So it's almost like an essence of lamb flavor. That's just like fully mixed in, fully dissolved into the entire bean mixture. Now I know why there's that line, that many people standing outside this early in the morning to eat breakfast. We know why now. There's so many people standing in line. Okay, so next up we're gonna try the halim, and this is a mixture of wheat and lamb. Again, that's been just like cooked until it dissolves into a paste. And here is often eaten sweet, so they sprinkle on some cinnamon and then sprinkle on some sugar, but we're gonna taste it first without the sugar. So we're gonna try this. This is, yeah, it's so sticky. When you turn your spoon upside down, it doesn't even fall off. It just stays on your spoon. Awesome. Wow, that is sticky, yes. The flavor of the cinnamon, the natural sweetness of the lamb and the wheat already. But then we're gonna add some sugar to it to eat it the common local way.
It's more delicious. Believe me.
Okay.
That's why I'm so fat.
The halim. Sweet version with sugar. Oh, wow. It's like sweet lamb oatmeal. The consistency, the texture, the sweetness with the cinnamon, with the lamb like aroma coming out of it. It's incredible.
You can feel the cinnamon as well.
Yeah, you can feel the cinnamon. Wow. That is sticky and hearty. And so the next version is halim with aubergine, but this is a non-sweet version. This is a salty version. Yeah, it's actually cooked with aubergine, with the wheat, with the lamb, and then they top it with a mint sauce, walnuts, and crispy onions. That looks incredible. Oh yeah, and you can already see the consistency is a bit different from the aubergine.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay, that's the one for me. The mint sauce in there, the crispy onions, again the lamb strands of dissolved lamb, and then to add to the sticky, mushy ingredients, aubergine is like the king of sticky, mushy ingredients.
Yeah, and
So
the taste
good.
is like aubergine carrots. Do you remember that? It's almost the same, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's my first time to have halim badamjan.
that one is amazing. The mint and onions. That's incredible. finished with breakfast. That was just incredible. The line has not changed, still out the door. And so just asked the owner how many kilos of ash they make per day. And today is Friday, so today is a big day. He said 1 ton, 1,000 kilos of breakfast in Shiraz.
Merci mamnoon. Merci mamnoon.
All right, happy full of breakfast, everybody. We've arrived to Nasir Rolmok Mosque, which is also known as the Pink Mosque. This is one of the landmarks of Shiraz. Entering here. Oh, that Persian architecture. Into the central courtyard, and it just opens up with a pool, which is an essential part, and then the detailing and the design, the meaning, the symbolism, and the colors of the tile work is just unbelievable. Another part of Shiraz is that there's a lot of earthquakes, and so that's why a lot of the ancient monuments haven't survived. But one of the ways that they combat the earthquakes is, you can see within the bricks there's pieces of wood, and so that gives some sway movement in order to combat earthquakes. Now stepping into the main hall, and this is one of the most beautiful places, especially known for its stained glass windows, and color in here is just astounding, and the way the light moves off of the different patterns, moves off of the different domes, the different angles, and the colors, it's absolutely beautiful. Style of design, which goes from square, then with the sections and the little crevices that then lead to a dome. That's just genius, the way you go from square to circular top in that motion, in that fluidity. Spectacular. And actually, right as we're about to head out, it looks like the sun is just poking above the clouds. Maybe we'll get a glimpse of the stained glass windows. Wow, that was exciting and extraordinary. The sun just poked out from the clouds, illuminated the carpets, and then what's also beautiful is if you lift up the carpet, because the tiles are mirrorish, they have a very clean mirror-like, and also they're turquoise, so that also reflects the different reflections. Maybe the sun is coming again. Anyway, that was just exciting. Oh, it's back, yes! Yes, we are seeing the best of everything. Oh yes, I'm in it now. That was awesome to stick around and see the light at the very end just shining through the stained glass. And then so we saw both versions, equally spectacular. Ah, yeah, that was unbelievable, the beauty. So next up on this Shiraz food tour, we're gonna eat, it's something that's legendary. And actually I've eaten, it's called a faluda. And actually I've eaten it in many different locations throughout this entire region, throughout Asia, throughout India, the entire Indian subcontinent. But Shiraz is the home, the original, the first faluda, and all other faludas are taken from this faluda. So the next thing that we're gonna eat is a faluda, Shirazi faluda. The shop has been here for 63 years. They've been serving falude, and ice cream is a part of the falude. So you just scooped out some of the ice cream. The sticky consistency of that, you have to like really wrap it around like it's elasticy. So to make Shirazi falude, he takes some of the ice cream, he puts it into the bowl, and then on top of that is that mix of vermicelli noodles.
Really?
And then on top of that you add fresh lemon juice, right?
Yeah. And orange blossom water. How's that? You can't find it anywhere in the world.
That's incredible.
Just in Shiraz.
Oh, that's cold.
Yeah.
And this is where falude originates.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
They call it Falude Shirazi.
Falude Shirazi.
It's orange blossom water.
Orange blossom water?
You ready?
Yeah. Oh, that's incredible. Okay, when it starts to melt, then you can drink it like a beverage too. I'm just totally way more flavorful and delicious than I was expecting. It's like a sorbet that's so fragrant. You taste the lemon, you taste the rose. Ice cream just kind of like melts and is a little bit sticky at first, and then you really get the texture of the vermicelli. They're not soft, they give texture, they give like a crunchy noodle texture to it, mixed within this sweet floral lemony sorbet. That, I've never had a falude like that, and that's the original. That is a falude Shirazi, the original falude of the world, right here in Shiraz. Okay, we're gonna go inside. Okay, we'll go inside to see more of the process. Number one is the vermicelli, which is made from a wheat starch, and they're almost like transparent little noodles. And then in the machine they have churning. It's butter and sugar, like white in color and like foamy and cold. Oh, that thing is also cold, like frozen. So the butter sugar mixture like falls out of the machine into the bucket, and they kind of slosh it around. They add in the vermicelli, mix that around, and immediately as the frozen butter sugar mixture, it coats the soft little vermicelli in that butter sugar and freezes them into the little vermicelli falude noodles that then go onto the ice cream. Yeah, the Shirazi falude is something truly unique and special. I like it without the ice cream, because you just taste the pureness of it, the crunchiness, but then it just at the same time dissolves and melts in your mouth. It's amazing. Wow. Can I try it? Hello, yes. Thank you so much. Thank you. Actually, nice to meet you. We're in the van on our way to the next place, but one of the families we met, they brought us this entire bouquet of flowers. beautiful, the people. And they smell incredible too. Now, next up, we are visiting the mausoleum of Hafez, who was one of the main poets, lyric poets of Iran. This is the mausoleum, and also sometimes Shiraz is known as the city of poets, city of poetry, and also the city of gardens. A bird chooses a piece of paper which then coordinates with a card that has a poetry.
Yeah,
Poetry
and
reciting on?
it is just taking omens. The poems of Hafiz are very ritual, and then that's why we take it.
Walking now towards the mausoleum, towards the tombstone, the gravestone, and the structure is actually made to represent the hat of a dervish, and then the tombstone is at the bottom. But surrounded is, you can see the citrus trees, the small pools of water, the grass. The gravestone is made from alabaster, and that's 2 of his poems written on the tombstone. We had a little rest at the hotel this afternoon, and then when we came down the elevator, I opened up. Salam.
Salam, how are you?
Salam, very
Mister?
good.
Okay.
Nice to meet you. When we came down, oh, awesome. Merci, merci. When we came down the elevator, there was just an amazing group of people who actually came to say hello, to take photos with Mr. Taster and I, and the love and the kindness of the Shirazi people is just blowing me away. So I want to just say thank you to everyone who came. Awesome, thank you. That was incredible and great to meet every one of you. We now just came over to a small little snack restaurant. Samosa. Samosa or
Sambuse. We call it sambuse in Farsi.
Sambuse.
Sambuse,
Okay.
yeah.
If you can eat the whole tray yourself. That is a massive deep fryer. And those are pretty good sized sambusa as well. They're pretty big triangular pockets just floating around. Perfect temperature for the oil. You can see them just transforming into their perfect golden state. Well, those are gonna be good. Hot sauce goes on, and these are the potato and lentil with spices version, like the Indian style sambuse. Oh. Oh, that's piping hot. Oh, that is wonderful.
Really nice.
The coriander in there, the light spice, the potato just melt. Awesome. A little more sauce. Yeah, that sauce is great. They are masters of deep frying, and the owner, he's so friendly, such a nice guy. That was tasty, and the only reason I'm refraining from eating 10 of them is because we have a huge Shirazi Iranian meal coming up right now for dinner. For dinner tonight, we are going to, it's a historic house right across the street, actually, that way, is the pink mosque where we were this morning. But we're right across the street, and it's a historic house down this alley where dinner is going to be held. Towards the light. Barhami house, that's where we're going. Another turn down the alley. Dinner is waiting for us. down there. Okay, and step into the gate, into the home, and just The vines are overhead, welcoming into another alley. Salam.
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 Salam. Salam.
Okay, and then come down that next alleyway, vine-covered alleyway, and immediately it opens up into a beautiful courtyard with a fountain in the center, plants all around. And yeah, it's really beautifully spectacular. And then to begin with, as we walked in, you could actually smell the aroma of the turnips, fresh turnips on the stove. Oh, it's wonderful. So soft and juicy. And next up for some fruits, apple and persimmon. That is sweet. I think we're helping in the kitchen today.
Yeah. No, Chef Ali?
Chef Ali?
Chef Ramba.
Yeah, I think that's what we should be. That's what we should do. And leave the cooking to the masters. Looks like we're gonna cook a little bit, help in the kitchen, but on the stove already is a tomato rice with green beans, as well as cabbage rice, which looks incredible. And then also in the back there is gourmet sabzi, which is the aroma. I can't wait to try that. Okay, we're making like a type of meatball kufta. There's minced meat, there's some turmeric, there's some chili powder, and so mash it around. Oh, she's making now another type of rice dish. Started by frying some raisins, then in went some walnuts, and then fried onions, crispy onions. And this dish is called gambar polo. Polo is rice, right?
Yes.
And gambar means taking the sadness. So she added in pomegranate paste, just a bright red pomegranate paste from a certain area. And then she added also in grape syrup, which is like just pure grape sugar syrup, no sugar added. Wow.
It's sour.
Sour and sweet. Amazing.
Yeah.
That sauce goes together with rice, with a little bit of tomato paste, and a few of those kufteria, the small little kufta that we made for 20 minutes. The rice is already cooked, but now all that spice, all of that flavor, the pomegranate and the grape syrup simmers down into the rice. Okay, so the next dish that they're gonna make, it's a type of bread on a hot griddle.
From Lar.
From Lar. Lar is the name of the city?
Name of the city.
Ah, okay. This type of bread is made pancake style. Then all of the toppings is what makes it exciting. The sesame seeds, herbal extract, and especially the dried fish. And it has this amazing like fermenty complexity to it. It is like pancake. Like the fluffy pancake shell. I love the saltiness of that dried fish though. The sesame seeds. And then she's making another one now with a Shiraz chamomile mixture on top. So the next one, she's cut it up. This is chamomile. Yeah, oh, you taste the chamomile. And normally chamomile, I mean, what I've had chamomile is like the flowers that you make into a tea, like sweetness. Good.
Love it.
They have is kufta sabzi. Sabzi is the herbs. Kufta are like the meatballs in that.
Sabzi is vegetable.
Yeah, it smells amazing. You can smell that sourness, and you can smell the herbal aroma too. That's
It's
incredible.
because of the pomegranate sauce.
Pomegranate sauce, okay.
Yeah.
Wow, what a rice dish. The tomato rice with the little meatball kufta, then Persian carrots sauteed, and then a whole layer of that mixture that you made with the raisins, with the walnuts, pomegranate paste, and the grape sauce syrup. All of that on top of a rice platter. That is gorgeous. What a rice dish. And then finally the gourmet sabzi is being dished out. The aroma of that is just... it's incredible, that sour lemon in there. Sauce. I'm so glad I'm in the kitchen when she's dishing out the dishes, because I'm getting the full aromatherapy of everything before eating. Just the different variety of rice dishes that she cooked, and the aromas, the mints, the sour tomato, the pomegranate, the aromas are just like protruding, and it's so good. We're all in the dining room now. We're all sitting down for dinner. They're bringing the platters of food. What a beautiful setting in this historic home. And the food just, it smells unbelievable. I mean, it's a guest house, but it's purely home cooking. And beautiful, aromatic food. Local Shirazi Iranian food.
Let's start with the signature of Shiraz, which is
This is the signature,
kalam polo Shirazi. It's cabbage, kufta rize, which is meatball, and also rice. And we have to have it with salad Shirazi.
Ah,
Yeah,
and the salad
that's the
Shirazi
key.
is like a mix of cucumber, tomato, onions in a lime juice.
Exactly.
And mint.
You ready?
Yes.
So that's for you.
Thank you.
It's for me.
Yes.
It's our hospitality in Iran.
Awesome.
Bigger size for me, smaller for you. No, I'm joking.
Awesome. No,
Yeah, please.
Thank you.
It's alright.
Oh man. Okay. Put it on the rice like that, or on the side. You can even see the herbs in this rice. You can see the little meatballs, and then with the Shirazi salad, one meatball on top. Oh wow, it's so good.
It's insane.
The aroma of the caramelized cabbage, the little meatballs, the herb in there, and then I love that contrast, the sourness of the lime juice and the Shirazi salad, and the mint.
It's amazing.
Amazing. It's just so soft and fluffy. And it just melts in your mouth. Try it next with a little bit of the pomegranate syrup on top. It's unbelievably sweet and sour. That pomegranate syrupy paste is just incredible.
So next one could be lubia polo or goja polo tomato rice.
Tomato rice, the green beans,
with the green beans.
and with a meat stew
With the
on
meat
top.
on top, yeah.
That's amazing. Oh, look at the tenderness of that. Oh, it just flakes apart. And then you try it, you eat it with the greens?
Yes.
So you take a bite of this first and then eat it with the greens.
Take some of the herbs
Greens,
first.
okay.
Yeah.
And there's a mixture of like basil and parsley and green onions and all sorts of things in here.
Let's go.
What a combination. The tartness of the tomato rice. That beef is so tender. And I love the chasing move. That like handful of freshness just overwhelms your
Yeah.
mouth. The parsley basil, what a combination. Okay. Next dish.
Yeah, let's go for gourmet sabzi, which is the signature of Iran.
It's like one of the most iconic dishes of
It is.
Iranian cuisine,
I
right?
would say top three.
Top three.
Maybe top one.
And it's well deserved as well.
Yeah.
Okay, and so for this one, it came with the saffron rice. Just
Yeah.
she sprinkled on some saffron rice to
The
make
difference-
it fragrant to make it.
Yeah. And the difference between this gourmet sabzi in Shiraz, they use potato in it.
So
But
that's
we
only
never
in
use,
Shiraz.
yeah, only in Shiraz. We never
okay.
use it in Tehran or Mashhad,
Okay.
but they use it here.
All right.
So this one is for you.
Thank you. The bone chunks. There's lamb in here. The beans. There's potato, and then just the way that the herbs, the parsley, the coriander, the mint, and the tarragon.
You ready?
Okay. Yes. Oh wow, that is incredible. Like the smoky sourness of it.
So good.
That is so good.
It's the signature. It's a
And it's so
real.
healthy tasting too. I mean, it has the lamb in it, so herbaceously clean, and just like disintegrating herbs. The sourness from that lamb, and the like starchiness of the beans. What a hearty like herb stew. Okay, I want to add a little bit more, just that herb gravy. Add some of the Shirazi salad on top of that with the cucumbers, with the tomato.
Give me a hug.
It will just leave you emotional how good it is. Sourness on top of sourness. Oh, that's insane. It's so good.
It's good.
Wow. That is spectacular.
For next one, we go for gambar polo.
Gambar polo. And this is like the impressive layering of rice and kofta and the Persian carrots
Yeah.
and that like mixture of walnuts, raisins, and crispy onions and pomegranate paste
Yeah.
and grape syrup.
And topped with the saffron rice as well.
Rice.
Yeah.
Oh, what a rice dish. Yes. So I'm gonna try to maximize everything in this bite, and the Persian carrots on top. Oh. The fruity, like sweet and sournesses and
The
tartness
raisin pomegranate paste.
with the
Tomato rice.
caramelized onions.
Meatball.
Persian carrots.
Kufta rize.
Just naming off the ingredients. The contrast of flavors is remarkable. From like you go from sour to sweet, to
And the-
fruity, to oniony, to meaty, to fluffy rice, to slightly bitter carrot, then back to sour and tart again, and then just keep on repeating that in every single bite.
And the saffron.
And the saffron.
Yeah.
It's like crazily aromatic. We're trying next the peach kofta, but it actually is not a peach inside of it. It's an apricot on the inside of it. There's rice inside of it, so it's like a complete dish in one without adding on top of it rice because there's rice in it already. Okay.
Really?
Yes. Oh, like this again. The contrast of sour, sweet, and minty.
It's good.
And the meat just melts in your mouth. It's so tender.
I love the juice as well.
The pomegranate. That is
Make
just
it sour and sweet.
unbelievable. Yeah. Wow. And the apricot. That is incredible. Yeah. This is the final kofta vegetable. And again, I think, oh, that one has a much denser texture to it. Whoa. Totally different texture. It's not even the same at all. Oh, wow. Look at the,
It's walnuts, onions.
chickpeas, meat, and rice on, but that is dense, maybe from the chickpeas. Oh, yeah. And Shiraz is very well known for the pickles. Cauliflower pickles.
It's from
Wow. That is like an amazing like herbaceous flavor again. It's so dense, yeah, you can feel the chickpeas. It's like crumbly. You taste the walnuts in there, the onions, and then that herb, tarragon in there, dill, parsley, tarragon. Wow, what an herbal blend. That's incredible. That cabbage rice with the Shirazi salad, what a combination. Really, it's like that cabbage has like a mushroom umami to it somehow. It's that meaty and flavorful and complex. So 3 different drink choices: a saffron, lemon, orange blossom, right?
Orange blossom water.
Orange blossom. Yeah. You taste the orange blossom so, but it almost has like an orange peel flavor to it with that slight of bitterness, that florally aroma, and yeah, sweet. Lemon. Oh, but it's even, I think there's orange blossom in this one too, because you taste that, yeah, you taste the orange blossom. Oh, it's so good. And then finally is the saffron. Oh. Yeah, that's very saffron-y and just, again, floral with the rose water in there. All of them good, all of them sweet and refreshing.
Yeah.
And then final one is, again, saffron with mustard. Oh, this one is great. The saffron, they feel like little basil seeds, kind of like slimy. And then also mustards, I think 2 different seeds in here. Finished with dinner. That was an incredible meal. Huge thank you to Mr. Taster. I'll have his link in the description box. Go follow him, go check him out. He's just an amazing guy who loves to eat, and he's so much fun to eat with. I want to say a big thank you to Alijan as well for guiding us around, and finally to Gasser Setere for organizing my trip to Iran and supporting my trip to Iran. Thank you very much, and if you haven't already seen this entire Iran food and travel series, I'll have the playlist in the description box. You can watch all the videos. Thank you so much for watching, and see you on the next video. Good night from Shiraz, Iran.